Hi everyone, welcome to Adventures with Raven and Rowley. I'm Raven and this is Rowley. We're slowly converting a cargo trailer into a tiny home. Right now we live in a 26-foot fifth wheel RV full time. Last week I talked about ripping everything out of the cargo trailer and starting over. This week I talk about the soon-to-be final, for now, redo of the 6x12 cargo trailer and what I did about the bed and the commode, the important things. If you're curious, please join us on this journey and continue to watch. You want to get down? Okay. I'm outfitting this cargo trailer for full-time living. I have to make a decision and get it completed by November, the beginning of November. There are two important parts for my comfort as far as I'm concerned. Got to have a good bed. I borrowed a circular saw, took the wood from the shelves that was already in the trailer. See last week's video when I took everything out. It's 3/4 inch plywood, good stuff. The larger shelf was 20 inches wide, and the smaller shelf I cut to 10 inches, so to make the width of the bed a total of 30 inches. I cut a piece to extend the length of the smaller piece because it was 10 inches short, so I cut it to fit. Nice piece of work, let me tell you. Before I left New Hampshire, I sold my circular saw. I had a DeWalt, but I don't think my DeWalt was as heavy duty as this one is. This is really nice. Okay, I realized that the wood fit the space exactly. So with the moving mats on there, I would not be able to put those pieces of board in place. So the next day, I borrowed another circular saw, and I cut off 3 inches to accommodate the thickness of the moving mats. Then I put in legs from the bunch of 2x4s that I pulled out from the shelving. I put the legs behind to hold up the part of the platform that was just sticking out into the air, you know. I cut them down to size to make the legs, and I secured them in place with angle brackets. After the bed was assembled, I realized I didn't have as much space as I thought I did. You know, you guesstimate spaces, right? I filled in that space so when Rowley jumps up on the chest to get into the bed, he doesn't slide through that hole, you know? The other thing I need for comfort is private space to go to the bathroom. Okay, this is the nightstand. I had 2 drawers that I used to convert into my commode, my toilet. So I haven't finished it yet because I haven't put any hinges at the top here. I just figured I'd put it back and sit if necessary for now until I find some hinges. I want to put a 2x4 across the back here to strengthen it in order to put the hinges on and that kind of good stuff. Over here I have this door. This is the front. Whoops. This is the front of a drawer. This is just the front of the drawer. I took it off and I made some fabric hinges out of a dog seat belt. And so this I used to hook onto this screw to hold it in place. I couldn't find hinges a 1/4 inch in size. I couldn't find a piano hinge or any hinge other than jewelry box hinges. And I didn't think they would hold this weight. So I made these. I have a hospital commode chair that I scavenged the seat from. I used it the last time. Oops. I used it when I went to the WRTR Women's Caravan. I used the chair. I brought the chair itself. It was very comfortable to use. I used the top bucket just to pee in, and I use the bottom bucket for defecation. So I put a plastic bag in there. So I, took all these parts, but I put a plastic bag in here, put this on top, and that holds the plastic bag in place, and it helps seal it, so that when I put that on top, it completely seals that whole deal up. So anyway, this is the seat from the toilet. It has these things on the back because it's supposed to go over that piece of metal to hold it in place. So if I wanted to use this just to pee, I would take off the top, open up the bucket, sand, put the seat back on, and take care of my business. Perfect seat, fits perfectly, no problem. And when I'm done, just put the top back on. Put the top back on. I'm trying to do this one-handed, And if I have to do defecation, I'm going to take that off. Take that off. Put that back on. And sit down. No problem. Granted, it's a lot of hose, but it keeps the urine and the feces separated, and it makes a very comfortable seat, and better yet, it works. So I just close that back up. Excuse me. My nose has decided that it's too cold and it has some drip, And so I just push this back on, and there it is. No problem. Push the bottom in. And that's it for the toilet. As for the bed, I just made it up so you can kind of get a good idea of what it might look like when it's completely made up. But it looks super comfy. Everything else can be accommodated. For instance, my shower. I figured that I would open the barn doors at the back, hang a bar across the ends of the barn doors, probably secure it with hook and eyes or something of the sort, hang a shower curtain with magnets on the sides to hold it in place on the sides so the air doesn't, whip up and everybody sees me buck naked, or you don't really want to see that. Or I could just wash in a bowl, actually in a pot. I considered a bowl, but a pot has straight sides and fits in the drawer better. And I really wouldn't be using a pot that large. I'm talking about something like a spaghetti pot, you know. I wouldn't be using that kind of a pot anyway to cook in, and I've never used it, so I might as well use it for a bowl, right? Or I could use baby wipes. Depends upon the situation, you know. The other thing I need is cooking and heat. I have a Coleman stove, I have a Haynes solar cooker, and at the very least I could make a fire outside. Or I have a bunch of dehydrated food, just heat up some water and there you go. As for heat, there I have a Mr. Buddy, so I'm not really concerned about the heat. What I am concerned about is the connection for the 20-pound tank to all of these things. So I've ordered a 10-foot hose, so I've got to drill a hole in the floor to put it through and all that kind of good stuff, but that's coming up. The other thing I desperately need, of course, is the shelter itself, which is the cargo trailer. Fortunately, it doesn't leak. Because of the insulation I put in, it seems that it retains heat in the wintertime, and I would assume that that also excludes heat in the summer. It does need windows. It does need better security. I have on my list our solar motion lights for each side of the rig. I do have a better exit strategy for emergencies, and I've ordered quick release latches, which will be here sometime soon. And I do need, of course, a fire extinguisher, propane alarm, fire alarm, but it's on the list too. So eventually it'll get there, and probably before I go traveling someplace again. And of course I need transportation, the car to pull all of this stuff, and it needs repair. It has active leaks, but I'm working on that too. So sometime before November, I will be going full time out on the road, and I'm kind of looking forward to it. So I want to say thank you to Lucretia from Burning Up the Roads for a great chat/interview this past Wednesday. The link for the replay is below in the show notes. And of course, there's the Rowley report. So thanks for watching and subscribing. Please share our videos and subscribe to RV Adventures with Raven and Rowley if you haven't already done so. And thanks for your support. If you'd like to help us get out and stay out on the road, please use the links below. Also, please press the like button and ring the notification bell to be notified of upcoming videos. You know. See you next Friday at 5 p.m. Pacific time to see the full tour of this version of the cargo trailer. Take care of you and yours, and blessed be.